Hello and welcome back to this ec3 lecture on monetary policy. Before moving on to the effects of inflation, this very short video gives you two quick questions to help you review the ADAS model. Before having a quick look at the effects of inflation, just some follow-up questions on the ADAS model. Let's say that you've had a rise in aggregate demands. What would you expect in the short run? So think about that. And you can pause it if you like, or fast forward to get over this boring bit while I draw it in. Unfortunately, ADAS is a hard one to draw because it's got these three lines. Now you have to imagine these lines meet at the same point. Sort of. It's a bit like that game Missile Command. Have you ever played that? So what you've had, I wonder if I can change the colour. Oh, it's a bit fiddly. So you've had a rise in aggregate demands like this. So aggregate demand outwards. So we can see that AD does not shift left, so that's nonsense, that's nonsense. AS shift right, interesting. Okay, AD shifts right. Okay, AS this one. AD shifts right. Price level rises, yes, this is the price level, and output rises, yeah. So we're on this one. Fantastic. Okay. After a rise in AD, assuming no further policy intervention, in the long run, so if you go back to the same diagram, which I will then have to draw again, in the long run, which of these is the case? So it's asking about the adjustment to long run. We saw that in the short run, please pause and think about this. I'm going to start drawing it. We saw that in the short run, we had this. Oh dear. That's meant to be vertical, and that's meant to meet, oh gosh, that's okay, well, fine. Like this, okay. So we saw that in the short run, demand, aggregate demand increased. We had an increase in output and an increase in prices. But what's going to happen in the long run as people adjust their perceptions and so on, the next effects would be that it's always this short run aggregate supply that adjusts to take you back to the long run. So this would have to move this way. What could it do? Oh, well, okay. That's meant to, and then even more to get to here. So it moves back to there. Okay. This line moves back to here, or this kind of collection of lines. So aggregate supply moves back to here. So that's the short run. You have an increase in price level, increase in output, but in the long run, the output goes back to the same level it was before, the long run equilibrium, and the price level goes up again. In other words, all that's happened is you've got an increase in price level, higher inflation, and output's unchanged. So output is unchanged, but price level is high, so it's this one. Output is unchanged, but price level, so inflation is higher. So this is the argument in the long run, saying that fiscal policy or monetary policy doesn't have a long run effect according to this simple model. I hope you found it helpful to think about those two questions. In the final video, we'll finish off the lecture by looking at the effects of inflation. But for now, thanks for watching.